Forest Park 140 is using the power of Twitter to celebrate the 140th anniversary of the park. Joining us today is Marketing and Digital Media Manager Katy from Forest Park Forever. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So we were just saying off camera, Forest Park it's the jewel of the city. I mean, everyone loves it. It is beloved, and celebrating its 140th anniversary. And so you've got this whole social media campaign. Tell me about
absolutely. We really wanted to, say happy birthday to Forest Park on its 140th anniversary. We wanted to do something that was kind of accessible and fun, and Forest Park 140 came about because Twitter has 140 characters, and we thought that was a cute play on that. And it's, an easy way for people to just learn a little bit more about Forest Park, which is a place that has a lot of history, both for itself and also personal history for people around St. Louis.
So how does this work? And I don't mean how does Twitter work, but how does this all work? So it's not hashtag, it's at
Forest Park 140, and it's an account that is tweeting as the park, so first person narrative, telling the people of St. Louis and the world through Twitter about some of the highlights from the park's first 140 years.
Okay, so we've got an example here. So I guess this is something you posted at the start of the year.
Yep, so we launched the program January 1st, and it'll go throughout 2016 to celebrate the 140th year. The park was founded in 1876 on June 24th, so we have a lot of material to cover, a lot of highlights from those 140 years that we'll be sharing.
Okay, so without spoiling anything, since we do have the whole year to go, tell me about some of the sort of historical markers that you think you might be tweeting if we don't want to ruin anything.
Well, we have shared a few things so far. So, things about some of the statues and monuments, some of the historic structures, some events that have taken place in the first 140 years. The Victorian Bridge, which people really love, was built in 1885, and that was the place that most people entered the park back in the late 1800s because there was a streetcar stop right nearby. And now it's sort of a hidden gem within the park that a lot of people just kind of stumble upon, but it used to be this really prominent feature that people saw as they first entered.
I will say that's where my husband proposed to me, on the Victorian Bridge there. It was, it's kind of hidden, but it's a very special place. What about some of the lesser known facts? I mean, you just shared some of them, but I think you mentioned something about the visitor center to me earlier.
Sure, yeah. So the visitor center is a place where 1 million people come through every year to get information. We have locker rooms, there are meeting rooms, and it's this really wonderful amenity within Forest Park, but it was originally built as an open-air streetcar station. So the Lindell Pavilion Railway came through there, and it was a place that people could congregate while they were waiting for their streetcar. And it had then kind of fallen into disarray. It was a facility for the golf course and the tennis courts for a while, and then through some renovations, it became the Dennis and Judith Jones Visitor and Education Center.
Yeah, and you're right, and now it's kind of like the epicenter where people go and get information. So you're basically going to be sharing this information then. So what do you suggest people to do? They just start following the account?
We would love for people to follow us at Forest Park 140. If they don't have Twitter, they can just enter in that URL, twitter.com/Forest Park 140, and they can find all of that great information. And if they do have Twitter, they can interact with us, ask us questions, share some of their favorite highlights. We'd love to see people engage with us that way.
And this is like, I feel like asking this question, this is obviously at Forest Park 140. Is there a hashtag that people,
There isn't a hashtag, but people could always use one if they have one that they like.
Hashtag Forest Park Forever.
Exactly.
Hashtag Forest Park. Well, we've got the information there for you on the screen. It is at Forest Park 140, not hashtag, at Forest Park 140. Follow it. It's Forest Park Forever's 140th anniversary social media campaign, and you're going to learn a lot of interesting facts about the past 140 years of our beloved Forest Park. For more information in general, go to forestparkforever.org. But again, just get on your Twitter account and follow at Forest Park 140. But we're not done yet. We're going to have more to talk about with Katy from Forest Park Forever, so please stay with us.